Hi everyone. As you can probably tell from the title, I've had a hell of a week. So, about a little over a week ago, Saturday, April 1st, I woke up about 8 o'clock after a bad storm we'd had the night before, and I realized, oh shit, my power's out. Well, that's odd. But, I figured, well, maybe the line went down or something happened. It's no big deal, right? Okay. So, being that it's early morning, and it's the morning of a board meeting for the shelter, actually. That's going to come into important, and it's going to come into play later. Sorry, I'm very tired. But yeah. So, I woke up, immediately I go to the kitchen to take George and Pumpkin out. And I get there, and I notice a weird burning smell. Not like anything super severe, but like the air was a little crispy, for lack of a better word. So I trace the smell to the laundry room, which is attached to the kitchen, and I notice that it's coming from the emergency shutoff for my furnace. So I'm a little nervous at this point because the couple lights I had tried to turn on, the bulbs burst. Like it was not that they wouldn't turn on; they were on for a second and then. So that's concerning. So I call Mama Ayanami. She says, "Reiko, go out to the breaker, which is in the garage, and see if anything's tripped." So I go out there, and as soon as I get out in the garage, I smell smoke. Not crispy air, smoke. So, needless to say, I call 911. The fire department gets there, and what we come to find out happened was that early in the morning, about 6 a.m. or so, we figured it out was about 6 a.m., because that's when I got an email from AT&T saying that my internet box was out. So that's how we were able to kind of figure out that, oh, this is probably when this happened. A limb came down from my neighbor behind me. They got this massive, ugly, just half-dead tree in the yard, which I really need to talk to them about taking that down now, so this doesn't happen again. But anyway, a big-ass limb, not a branch, a limb, came down, landed right on the intake of my power, where the power goes into my house. Hit it, used some wires, created what the fire department called a charged negative wire. I don't know what that means, but it's not a good thing. And it was causing feedback and shit, and basically, it was getting really hot. The wires in my attic, which, might I mention, was full of cellulose blown-in insulation. Yeah, basically gray snow made of, like, shredded mulched paper. It's an old house. Anyway, so they get it all taken care of. Sadly, they're putting, well, I don't know if sadly is the right word, but in the process of them doing their work, part of the ceiling in my living room came down, which you may have seen on Twitter. If I had thought ahead, I would have had the pictures here that I could show them on screen. Unfortunately, I did not think ahead to add those. So I'll post links in the description to the picture, the tweets with the pictures, so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, part of the ceiling right in front of the kitchen came down, and that hurt. When I walked in, because I was sitting on the porch, and one of the firemen came up and said, "Oh, did they not tell you what happened?" And I'm like, "No." My first thought is, "Oh God, did something ignite?" No, nothing ignited, but part of the ceiling came down. And I forgot to mention this ahead of time before now, but the first thing I did after I called the fire department was, of course, I got the dogs out. Pumpkin immediately, well, no, I put her in the yard. Thank God I had bought a yard stake back when I first got her. So I was able to kind of stake her down. She had for about 20 feet of cord, so she wasn't exactly, being forced to stay in one place. But anyway, and Mom came by, and she was able to take George. The cats, I locked them in the back rooms because at the time, it wasn't too awful bad, So, finally, the fire department, they're done. They leave. And I have no power. Water's still running. And I have a 6 or 7 by 3 foot rectangular hole in my ceiling. I'm thinking, you know what? It's going to be warm for the next couple weeks. This isn't a whole lot of damage. I can just put a tarp over that. Get an electrician out here to fix it Monday. And, get things going. I'll be able to just camp out for the next few nights. So, Mama Ayanami, she's like, no, do not do this. This is stupid. She didn't say it was stupid, but it was, in hindsight, it was stupid. But anyway, so now that we think everything's safe, I think, did we still have the cats? Yeah, the cats were still in the back bedrooms, just because they were safe in there for the time being. So we go out. We're out for a few hours, getting some supplies, some things to do, like a couple Gundam kits, a little bedside lamp so I could read, a really good portable charger, and part of these kind of set I'll probably never get to use, but anyway, and some food that you didn't really need, heat or water to fix, like Fruit Loops and some bread, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So we come back about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and when we get back, I'm like, still smells kind of smoky out here, but considering there was a lot of smoky smell with the firemen and all that, I thought, oh, it's just residual. Open the front door and poof! House full of smoke. So immediately, I panic. But I keep enough of a head on me to dial 911, be like, hey guys, yeah, you need to come back. Yeah, shit's still going sideways. So, they come back, very quick response time. I will say, both times, the amount of time between me calling and there being firemen on the scene was less than 2 minutes. Yeah, it was ridiculous, but in a good way. So they get here, and fortunately, I had told them before I have cats. So immediately they're going in, they're getting my babies, and fortunately they'd still been in the bedrooms. Kome was in the workshop. Kyoko was in her bedroom because I've been keeping her separated from the other cats because she's still getting used to them. And then Bonnie is so sedentary. I didn't even need to shut the door, but they got them out immediately, and they also brought out Char, who is my 20 or 23-year-old stuffed Charmander I've had since I was a tiny little Reiko, and I mean tiny. So he's like family practically. And my grandmother, my mama's sweater that she always wore, I had kept that and some pictures of her on my dresser. So I was like, those are the things where if the house goes down, those have to come out. Now, fortunately, there was never any flames this time. There was a shit ton of smoldering and heat, but there was no fire, no actual flames. It was very much a, you need 911 out, you need the fire department out here now type situation, but it wasn't a, oh God, everything's burning situation. So, we get those out. they say, so yeah, we're going to have to take out a lot of your ceiling. And I'm like, just, as long as I've got a house when this is over, do it. Obviously, they weren't asking for permission. They were going to do it either way. But, yeah. So, they have to take out pretty much the entire ceiling of my den. Pretty much all the ceiling in my kitchen. Part of the wall between the kitchen and the den, / robot room. And more of my living room ceiling. I tell y'all, it was just painful to walk into when they were all done. Like, just, I'm eternally grateful there was not more damage, because so many things went right with this. Normally, on Saturdays, maybe you can hear my mom's chihuahuas. Normally on Saturdays, I'm up like 10 or 11. Like, I sleep in. And if I had done that, y'all, because my smoke detector wasn't working. So, if I hadn't been up when I was up, I might not be talking to you right now. At the very least, I'd probably still be in the hospital or have just gotten out from a lot of smoke inhalation. Or, God forbid, the house actually ignited and there were flames. Sorry about that noise. That's a fidget sticker. I need to not mess with that. But yeah, it was. And then the fact, because we were going to do a few more things in the afternoon, you know? But I was just at the point where I was just so mentally done that I was just like, no, I want to go home. I want to go home now. And if it had been left like another half hour, maybe even an hour, fire might have started and I would have lost my cats. So I'm just eternally grateful to the local fire department. I wish I could shout them out by name, but that would dox me. So I'll just say CFD. There we go. CFD. Shout out to y'all. Especially during the first time. The first time y'all came out, as soon as the ceiling in the living room went down, y'all went into hyperdrive, moved my collection as much as you could out of my den, into the garage. You saved so many of my robots from just being utterly ruined by all that insulation. Because, I'll be honest, that shit, I had a few that were on my kitchen table that I fished out after everything was done, like a day or two later. And they will probably have little gray flecks and smudges on them for the rest of time. But, yeah. It was, it could have just been so much worse. I'm just grateful that I'm here to talk to y'all. Now, I want to say, because a lot of people have said, Reiko, this is horrible. Is there anything I can do to help? Thankfully, I have home insurance. So, at this time, I don't need any monetary help. The best thing you could do for me, if you're so inclined religiously, would be to just send me your prayers, send me your energy, wish me luck, watch all my streams. No, well, please, but I'm glad I'm here to talk to you right now. So as it is, I am now set up at Mama Ayanami's house. I'm in her guest bedroom. Bonnie's here with me. George is here. He's in his own little room. Pumpkin is staying with Papa Ayanami. She's loving it there. Kome and Hyoka are staying with a cat sitter until at least June, and then we're gonna have to figure something else out, whether or not she can still take care of them or not. It could be upwards of 6 months before I'm home. Yeah. It sucks. Like, I'm grateful to still have a home to go back to. I really am. Like, I can't stress that enough. We dropped by there today, just, check my mail and see how they were doing. And, they'd already left for Servpro, had already left for the day. They're the ones who are doing the cleanup and I think the restoration, but don't quote me on that. And I peeked in, and I'd already known they'd been tearing up the wooden floor in the living room. But I looked in today, and they've started tearing out the walls because they did say they're probably going to have to gut most of the house because of the water damage and the insulation, just to keep this from ever happening again. Now, fortunately, it seemed like the back half of the house there wasn't much beyond a slight smoky smell. So they might not have to gut back there. I'm hoping not. But pretty much everything else. Ouch! Pinched my finger. Sorry. Everything else is pretty much gonna have to be gutted. On the plus side, free home renovation on my insurance company's dime. I'm trying to see the positives here, and I guess that'd be a big one. So yeah, I've been thinking, and I think I might try to get each room colored like one of the different War of the Yokai girls. So we'll have like a blue Emiko room, a pink Usuko room, a light red Ray room, and orange for Nonami, green for Sarah. And I don't know what for Hyoka. Would it be light blue or pink? Oh, we already got pink with the Usuko. I'll figure something out for her, though. But, yeah. So, oh, yeah, unfortunately, even though there was so much going on right outside of it, my office, where all my computer stuff was, except for the main unit, I thought ahead, and as soon as they said you can go back in, I went out and I unplugged everything from my main computer box and just took it outside. Monitors can get replaced, microphones, webcams, keyboards, mice, all that can get replaced. This beast has everything on it. My Koikatsu stuff, my games, my model, all of it. So I was like, no, this is getting out now. I don't care. I just don't care. So, yeah. So that's my past week. All of last week, I lived in a hotel while Mom got her previous roommate kicked out. And now I'm living here. It's not too bad, except those chihuahuas that have to go out at 3 in the morning, every morning. And they bark. We're getting me a white noise machine. Okay, I'm gonna stream sometime this week. I'm gonna try to stream a little more regularly to help lift my mood. So if you see me going live, if you're able, just tune in, just say hi. I'd appreciate it. Y'all, if you can afford it and don't have it, get home insurance, renter's insurance, whatever. Get your shit insured, because if I had to pay for all of this myself, I'd be broke and then some. Okay, y'all take care. Have a good night, good day, whatever time it is. And until next time, bayonara.